Howdy ho, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Hello, players.
Hello. Hello.
Greetings. Hello and welcome back. It's time for session 3, which is continuing from session 1 of our little campaign. We've got an extra player, Andy, today. Welcome, Andy.
Afternoon.
We won't be introducing your character formally by you giving us a sort of paragraph long description, because we got a nice little portrait for you, and it's little because well, people can probably guess what race you are. Is there any other news? I would say comment, like. If we ever get to 100 likes on a video, I will kill a halfling in the session, or an elf, depending. So there's some incentive for you. AI art is available on the Patreon. I'm gradually uploading it bit by bit. Some stuff I'm waiting till I've done the session so I don't kind of spoil things. So every few days I'm uploading another pack if you want to use any in your own campaigns. Other than that, I feel like we probably need just a little bit of music to kind of set the scene, and yeah, I think we can just kind of get this show on the road. So, at the end of our last session, you had just arrived to a boarded up tavern known as the Rat Hole. This is where you'd been directions to go at the end of the carnival, or once you'd finished enjoying the carnival. Now, I believe one of you is quite badly hurt, and you're going to have to remind me which one is. That's not Erhard that's hurt. Friedrich?
It's, actually, yeah, it's me.
It's
and
Friedrich.
The physician of the group is the one badly hurt.
With
correct.
a wounded physician being presumably carried by 2 others through the door. The group of you have arrived at what is a derelict tavern. It is black and dusty and sooty inside, moss lining the walls, degrees of mould as well. There's quite a few rat corpses on the floor, some fresher than others, some quite long decayed, and there are, most importantly, are 2 other individuals who greet you with a rather kind of blank expression and look to them. And I'm not going to roleplay on their behalf, but they effectively introduce themselves to you somewhat cautiously. And after twigging that you'd all received a letter to come to town and arrive here, they sort of exchange some of the pleasantries and formalities. Now, we're going to come back to all of you in a moment and what you're up to in the night or in the morning, because meanwhile we have a little halfling who is in a boat, or what feels like a boat, kind of daydreaming. And T, you open your eyes to complete darkness. You are in a cramped, confined space, even for a halfling. Your knees kind of up to your chest, your arms wrapped in by your side, kind of barely able to move or lift your head. And you can kind of feel yourself rocking and tumbling about. You might guess you're maybe on the back of a cart, or some people are carrying you in a box. There's quite an aquatic sound, though, coming from around you. There seems to be a lot of water involved. So I'd like to ask you if there is anything you would like to do.
Well, I mean, I might see how this plays out.
Just kind of ride it out.
Just kind of ride it out. Not so much ride it out. Try and figure out where I am, what's going on, listen out.
Okay.
For my surroundings.
Roll me a perception test, please.
Fantastic. I'm just going to figure out how to get these dice up.
Okay. So you press C for your character sheet.
So I do.
And then on the skills, you can go ahead and find me perception.
Indeed.
And you can roll me a test. Thank you very much. Now, everything is muffled and sloshy where you are. You can hear some clanging
Okay, so
Sounds
I'm going
like
to
a
assume I'm in
blacksmith in the
some-
distance, but yeah. That's
Okay, so I'm assuming I'm in town, or I've made my way to at least civilization, whether it's via boat on the back of someone's back in a sack, possibly. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it out and see where this goes. I'm just gonna,
Okay.
just gonna ride it forwards, ride it out.
Okay.
See what happens.
I'm going to ask you to roll me now a challenging endurance roll, which is one of your skills. Okay. Your ride is interrupted by quite a mighty thud as you feel yourself being almost like slammed into a wall. There's not much room for you to kind of shake about in here, but it instead kind of reverberates through you and creates this complete sensation of disequilibrium. You kind of have no idea which way is up anymore, and there's kind of this spinning sensation, but you've just hit something. And furthermore, there's a little crack of light just above your head, which seems to kind of be swaying and moving around.
Okay, I'm. My eyes are straight up against that crack. See exactly what I can see outside of this presumable. I presume it's a box now. There's a crack.
It feels more cylindrical. A barrel of some sorts. Has a little bit of a mouldy smell to it. You can see the sky and a couple of stars up above you.
Okay, so it's night time.
And as you sway to one side, you catch just the glimmers of a lantern on the front of someone's building. And you seem to be sort of gradually travelling past it, though.
Okay. I am going to try my damned hardest to break out of whatever I'm in.
Okay.
Push some sort of force. Now there's a crack. There's clearly possible structural damage. So, with as much strength as I have possible, I'm just gonna spread my arms open, spread my legs open, and see if I can crack something.
Give me an average athletics, please.
Oh dear.
What could go wrong? His rolls are on fire today. So you push and push and push, and you're trying to kind of like stand up effectively inside this barrel. What happens instead is the bottom half of the barrel comes off, and your feet kind of just disappear down through it, and there is just water, and that water is now kind of like slowly rising and bubbling up inside your barrel. You're very tentatively like bobbing from side to side, and as you do, kind of like a slosh of water's coming in each time. What would you like to do?
Just try and steady myself, and then have a look around, see where I am, see what I can see. How to get my stuff out of this situation.
So, I'm going to give you a visual here. Effectively, you've got a barrel on your head, top half. Your legs are underwater.
Oh dear.
And your head is just kind of poking out, and the water is gradually rising up within this barrel.
Okay. This barrel is... No, I am getting out of this barrel off head, and get back above water.
Okay.
Get back up to the surface.
All right. Dunk down.
Yep.
Make me... I'm not going to put all of this down to rolls. We'll go with an average swim, please.
Okay.
You
just find that real
swim
quick.
check.
He has to do all of his rolls because he didn't do many last session, or any,
Absolutely.
so we
That
have
is
to pummel
absolutely
you
fine.
in the first 10
Perfect.
minutes of this.
Perfect. Where am I looking for this? Just
It should be in skills, and it's possible you won't have it. Is it an advanced skill?
I do not have it.
Okay. I'm going to ask you then for an average athletics.
Fantastic.
And this is going to be for more of a doggy paddle. The can I remain flamboyant, buoyant rather than flamboyant. You could be flamboyant while you do this.
I'll be a flamboyant boy.
You are trained. Okay, so you're able to kick and kind of do what you think swimmers should do. This isn't your forte, and probably is your first time swimming. The water is fairly shallow. Now, you're not able to kind of make it to shore, but what you are able to do instead is be met with one of the supportive struts of a building that the current is kind of bringing you towards. Now,
Perfect.
You're gonna have to grab a hold of it, which I'll give to you for free because it's pretty big. But here you are now, in water. At the base of what you can see now, you're on a riverside effectively, and the buildings kind of all overhang the water on some degree of sort of wooden stilts. You're holding on to one of these, which is quite big. It's kind of like hugging you. So I'm going to ask you to try and kind of figure your way out of this. I'll give you the options of either kind of pushing yourself toward the shore and risking another swim, or trying to climb up.
Yes, no, I believe I'm going to do that. I assume there's some sort of riverbank-ish that I could make my way out to dry
you can kind
land.
of weasel your way between a couple of buildings. So
yeah,
I'll give you an average athletics, please.
Fantastic.
It's just warming you up. Okay. So I'm not going to kill you for that, but I am going to give you a fatigue condition.
Okay.
Because you basically arrive at the shore on the very, very brink of passing out.
100%.
Nearly run out of air, soaked to the bone, and in the pitch black of night, but there's plenty of illumination afforded by the town.
Okay, perfect.
Town seems fairly quiet. You would guess that this is kind of like 2 in the morning. There's not too much going on. It's misty and quiet. But about your person, there are... you're still wearing your clothes, fortunately.
Sopping wet now.
Yes. Your items and trappings are with you. With one addition, which is a small pouch that is kind of round your neck and then tied around your waist as well.
Fantastic.
This pouch was not with you when you were last drinking in the tavern.
Okay. Well, I'm opening the pouch.
The pouch contains a letter. Can I ask, can you read?
Oh, good question. Shall I roll for it?
Sure. It'll say on your
Do you want
character
me to roll?
sheet as well. Because it's an actual talent in this game, believe it or not.
Oh, right. Okay, let's have a look. In which case, I cannot read.
You cannot read. That's all right.
I cannot read.
It has a picture of a rat and a picture of a hole in a floor. And it has words with it, but you don't kind of understand them.
Know what the words are.
And then it has a picture of a halfling sleeping.
Huh, okay. Cool, okay. Well, I'm not sure what to do with this now. The letter goes straight back in the pouch, and the pouch will go securely back around my neck. Just to... I feel like this is important. It wasn't there when I
All right.
when I was on my journey, and now it is.
Fair enough.
So I need it for something.
A passerby is going to approach you, looking kind of concerned initially. Oh, you're right there, little petal. Did you nearly drown?
Aye. I just couldn't seem to make my way back to the surface.
Oh.
I don't know where I was. I woke up, I was in the middle of a barrel, in the middle of the water, and I found my way here.
Well, you should ease off the drink then.
I don't think I was drinking. I don't remember what I was doing.
Right. Well, that sounds like quite a conundrum. Do you know where you're from?
No.
Do you have anything with your name on it?
No, but I
any
do remember
papers?
your name.
Any? Do you have a little sign or something to help you remember?
I don't think so. All I remember is my name.
It's all right. My cousin was simple too. She grabs your pouch and just kind of starts rummaging through.
Okay.
There we go. The Rat Hole. It's a tavern. That's where you're from.
Oh.
It's
Right.
down that street on the left. Second one, boarded up and abandoned. So,
Oh. Right. Okay. Right. Well, I'll make my way over there. Just a quick question. I don't suppose you've got a spare change of clothes for a little one, have you?
no.
Oh, bugger.
No.
Right.
While I remember, my cousin always used to do it. Don't eat acorns, okay? No matter how tasty they look.
Right.
Pats you on the head. You'll be all right. Go on, chip chip.
Okay. Bye.
Right. I will make my way to the rat hole.
Meanwhile, a group of individuals are trying to tend to a physician, rather ironically. Gentlemen, you've all had a conversation with the others that are here and sort of started to rest up. Is there anything you'd like to converse about in the evening after last night's event?
I would like to ask you if the effects of our concoction that we poured into our eyes were off.
It has indeed
Because-
worn off.
Because I would be interested in how those fellas looked with a funny little eye we got.
A very good question. So as you arrived at the tavern, the two individuals you see are both perfectly clear and just as your companions. They look like normal, sane, non-demonic, non-skeletal people, thankfully.
I think my character is attempting, after everything that has gone down, is attempting to treat the doctor at the doctor's instructions as to how to treat his injuries. I think he's staying focused on doing what he does best. He also knows how to sew, so that gives him a leg up on pretty much everyone else on this, I think. Oh, no medical skills, but I have a needle.
Yay.
And my dude is trying to come to grips with what he has experienced so far. And apparently he does so rather well and has calmed himself down. So I think I'm helping with the healing of the physician.
Okay. So, Mr. Physician,
Yeah.
Friedrich, are you brave enough to let two people try and tend to your wound?
I mean, isn't there a doctor in the village somewhere?
You need a You don't need a doctor. I know how to tend to wounds.
You do?
I am.
I look over to the side. I am skeptical.
Granted, I worked mostly with the people who were already dead, but they are not that different from the living ones.
It is only a scratch. It looks fine.
Really? I feel like a scratch, I have to admit.
You are
But I
still bleeding, aren't you?
cannot look at it right now. How does it look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah.
At this point.
It's a very good question.
Even if it's a scratch, you're still better to do something about
Okay.
it right now before it
Get my...
ugly.
Okay. First thing I can say, get my back. There should be some kind of... yeah, like a little flask in there. I need that.
What is in the
Right.
flask?
It's a healing draught.
Aha.
Yeah,
At least it
I
says that
think
in my
he's
wrap trappings, which I somehow have one per encounter, one dose, but
he'll probably make it in the interim.
Oh, look, like, I actually succeeded in my heal test.
I know, I'm impressed actually.
oh yeah, that's actually
I believe that whatever you're asking for is probably booze, so I'm like looking around in your bag. See, because I don't believe you at all. Like, if you look at that intuition test, yeah, he doesn't believe a thing you're saying. So
there's a flask in my backpack. In my bag, there should be a flask. No, I don't believe you.
He's smelling. Well, no, he doesn't believe what you're. He doesn't believe that it's what you're telling him it is. So he takes it out. He pulls the cork out, and he's like standing there sniffing it, seeing if it smells like, alcohol, because he's feeling like he could use a drink, and this is a bar that's got no one in it, which is a very sad bar indeed. You can see your flask in his hand, though. Like, he has it. He's
Yo,
can
I have that? I really need it.
Kind of sheepishly hand it over, still convinced it's actually just bourbon.
Okay. Well. Okay, I healed 2 wounds. That's good. Oh yeah, that feels much better. So, you said that you can sew, right?
Indeed, sir.
Do you know how to sew a wound, or only how to sew a patch on your trousers?
It's all the same, isn't it?
It is very easy. Yeah. I've
unsettling stare.
I've sewn a wound on the lamb before, so I can do it if you want.
Well, it appears that the zealot has already started sewing him up while we're having this conversation.
Ah, has he?
Well, I mean,
he wrote a heal test. He's doing something, right?
We're having this conversation, and he's doing it.
Yeah, while the two of you are discussing the intricacies of sewing, Ulbrich, what exactly are you doing with this needle?
Well, first of all, examining the wound, clearing it with water. If I probably think that there is any water I can use for that. I guess I just spit enough in my hand and kind of rub it around.
Spit's cleaner than water, this is science.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I do whatever I did with any corpse in my village back then. So I sew it together.
I would say the stitching is the sort of stitching that's good enough to stop a head falling off, but there's kind of like a little bit of like a seeping blood here and there, but it's kind of like, well, it's time and hardiness will do the rest.
Yeah,
I mean, I also have some... In my bag there should also be some bandages. We will need those as well.
I'll manage with one of my tattered robes.
Yeah, as I said, there are bandages in my bag, and they are somewhat clean compared to your
I think I've got them. Is it this? Oh, this is a nice package.
So what was it?
Nice clean package. White bandage.
Yes. Those are the ones.
Okay.
So during this procedure, a small halfling opens the door behind T. In front of you, you see a group of individuals tending to the wound of someone, all rather tall and intimidating looking.
Bloody hell, what's going on here then, lads?
Nothing.
This is no place to play, little fellow. Just go and find your own
Get
money.
away, little child.
I am in the rat hole, aren't I?
What?
I'm in the rat hole.
Yes, it appears so.
So I think I'm in the right place.
What do you know about the rat hole?
Just this.
And then I take my pouch off, pull my letter out, and sort of impishly walk forwards with the letter out front, so they know that I don't mean any harm to the group. But I want
you got a letter as well?
Why, Ulrich? Are they also recruiting children now?
I'm not a child, so.
Are any we tried to establish this last time? Are any of us literate? I think the zealot is.
You've got your zealot, your multi-talented zealot.
The physician is also able to.
Oh, he's able to read. I hand the letter to the physician since the zealot is occupied stitching him back up hilariously.
Yeah, like, is it pretty much the same letter we all got, or is it different?
No, this is kind of written for someone that can't read. There's a small sentence at the end. So basically it says rat, hole, sleep, with pictures of each, which is... It's exquisitely well drawn, though. It's kind of like someone's probably taken hours in doing this. And at the end, it says, in quite nice, neat handwriting, consistent with the letters that you've received, the others will likely need your assistance.
Hey. So I read that to the... Okay, then there's not much to read there, right?
Right.
Like, but all the others had letters that actually had to be read. Like, there were normal words there, right? Also for the ones that couldn't read. He's the first that got it in picture form.
Aye, because I can't read. But it still didn't help.
Yeah, but somehow whoever made this letter to you thinks that we could need your help, so hello, I guess.
Hello.
Because I don't know with what why we're actually here, so
Well,
don't know what we need help.
my name's T. And
T?
I'm not a child. I'm a halfling.
Do you actually have a beard, or is it just the part?
Now that you knew what to like, yes, you actually have a beard. That's true.
Sorry, it is dark in here. I did not see your beard.
That's alright. So, what seems to be the problem then? How can I help?
Where do I start?
From the beginning.
Well, don't go in that barrel over there. I point at the barrel.
Hey, I just came out of a barrel.
Yes, but don't go in that one.
Oh, right.
How did you end
okay.
up in a barrel?
I have no idea. I just woke up today.
That's not the strangest thing I've seen in the last 24 hours.
I have no idea.
Where are you coming from exactly?
Again, I have no idea. I'm sure I'll remember stuff eventually, but...
If you like, gentlemen, we can conclude that you catch up on the oddities of your arrivals and various questions that you all have. I'll ask, given that the time is 3 a.m, give or so, and there's probably only a few hours until daylight breaks, if anyone has any sort of concluding remarks before they settle up for the night.
Are there any drinks to be had inside this tavern? Because it would help immensely to kind of drink yourself to sleep.
Drinks, I could play with a little tune as well, where we all sort of sit down and...
You certainly can do, and yes, there is. There are a few bottles that are like seemingly part of someone's stash. They're hidden behind lots of empties, but there's enough of them that makes you kind of suspicious. But yeah, a few bottles of spirits kicking around, enough to send you off on your way. So, with drink and song, I will assume that the rest of the night, all 3 to 4 hours that remain of it, pass quite quietly. There's the occasional rat, which gives some of you some bother, tickling your toes and inquisitively inspecting you to see if you're edible before moving on. Morning breaks with the sound of a bell ringing rather loudly. A town crier outside appears to be making quite a raucous noise, moving down the streets and shouting his heart out.
What is he saying?
He's saying, hear ye, hear ye. We are to report to Lamia's Tavern. all those who are not performing work of the utmost importance.
But I would say drinking is very important.
I'd concur.
Everyone is asked to come to the.
Yeah,
One
like
tavern.
like
was the town pretty big? Like thousands of people
yeah.
around the town yesterday. They have to go to one tavern.
Considering what we experienced last night, I have a feeling that we actually shouldn't answer that call.
Okay, the first things first, that is really important. Does everyone has his shot glass at the ready still?
Oh yes.
I look at the shot glass. I tuck it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to just ordinary street noise, I think. Wonderful.
Did Friedrich do rest?
He's gone up to full wounds on my screen, so...
Yeah, it's weird because I think I did not reduce my wounds last time, so I pretty much was at zero, I think.
Yes, you were at 0, so you would have been on 2 after the poultice, so I'll just put you on 2. So you can click the bed symbol if you like and rest and recover. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That is another 3 wounds, taking you up to 5. Congratulations. You wake up feeling really rough, but not like you're dead.
That's a good thing. I mean, who likes to feel dead?
I think you can take another 2 wounds up your...
Yeah, from the healing drought, right?
Yep. Because I have intelligence bonus of 2.
Okay. I added the healing draft, but that's for your heal attempt. There we go. You're on 7 out of 10. You are feeling a little bit rough, like a bad day at the gym.
Yeah, maybe I should not take it a little slow today, but thank you very much for your help, all of you.
You're welcome.
I think I want to see what is going on, and I'm going to try to blend into the crowd with the Lamia Tavern
Okay.
announcement. So I think, and I'll let everybody know what I'm doing.
Okay. Is anyone joining him?
Like, I'm gonna go to the tavern because I want to know what's up, but I don't see the reason to blend into the crowd. I don't know. I just go with the most.
Well,
most of the people are going, right?
You didn't nearly murder the person that. I'm not convinced I didn't murder someone last night.
Ah, yeah, right.
Someone's. Well, I don't know exactly because drugs, but there is a strong suspicion that perhaps some bodies were discovered. So I'm gonna kind of disappear into the crowd.
Interesting. You thought that further than me because I didn't think of that. But now that I think of it, you're right. But I'm not just gonna go with most of the people where most of the people are going and go to the Lamia Tavern, I guess.
So roll for blending difficulty.
Sure, you can go ahead and make me an average stealth if you like. Just to kind of blend in, not stand out too much.
Oh,
okay. I mean, you don't
really blend in.
You don't blend in, but you stand out about as much as the other people that stand out a bit. So
I tried.
Alberic won't be joining you because he's not the one for blending in.
Okay.
So he did maybe clock a demon upside the head. Or a woman. We're not sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Right. So, and Joris, are you...
I'm very hesitant to go outside. I've been warned because of the happenings of the other day, so I will cautiously follow the group.
Okay. The town now looks somewhat unrecognisable. There are burned buildings most of the way around you. There's quite a lot of straw and hay that kind of litters the streets where people have thrown up or maybe just kind of defecated on the spot. Who knows? It's a party. There's more of a sombre atmosphere today, but nevertheless, a few guards are also assisting in rounding up the majority of civilians and kind of pushing them toward this, well, direction for now. Now, it only takes a few minutes before you arrive on the outside of a tavern that, yes, looks a little familiar. And standing outside are two individuals, and one of whom wearing a large amount of purple-themed attire is stood beside the actor from yesterday, who was decreeing the events of the Blackfire attack on the town. And with the aid of a funnel-type crude loudspeaker, shouts to the audience, "There has been a murder most foul." And the man beside him wearing purple remains sort of graciously quiet and just looking down at the floor. I'm going to ask Lanfried for an average perception roll, please.
Average.
Did you say a murder?
Average. My mind is racing. I'm thinking through all the things that could have happened. I'm thinking about the guard who looked dead. I'm thinking about all of the various things that I saw.
You look at the purple man in front of you, who is quietly stood beside, and this is the entrance to the tavern. His clothing kind of matches the drapes, so assumptions can be made regarding him being the proprietor just via his colour scheme. What catches your eye, though, is he has his hands crossed in front of him, one in front of the other, and on one of those hands is quite a big sparkly ring. One that is sort of etched into your memory as the last thing you saw before making your way out of this tavern.
That man have one finger too many?
Probably. Many do. It's the old world. The story continues explaining that one of the prize ladies of this establishment was brutally murdered last night by a patron, and that investigators are currently investigating, and given the establishment belongs to Liebermann von Steffwitz, there will be a halt to all those moving in and out of the town until a culprit has effectively hung.
Well, that is the first sensible thing I heard about this town since I got here.
I give him a sideways look, thinking that perhaps I will be the person who is hung for this.
The crowd eventually just start to disperse, and quite a lot of gossip going around as to who would kill one of these beautiful ladies. A few people saying that, "Oh, it's such a shame. Oh, it's such a shame. She's a great pair."
Did they say anything about how, like, any details for the crowd about how she was murdered? What it looked like?
He mentioned that she was brutally murdered and that investigators were looking into it. He didn't go into any details as such.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. There were so many people about last night, and everyone was drunk or worse. Could be anyone.
Yes. Could be anyone. After all, I didn't see a lovely lady last night. I saw something quite different.
Yes. Oh, Ulrich save us for monstrosities like that.
I'm
Let
going
me
to
see
ask.
how well I can lie to myself.
Sure.
Very effectively.
Good. I was going to ask for a challenging intuition, Lanfried.
Mm-hmm. That was so that's my self-deception roll.
Sure.
That to convince myself that this perhaps was a person killed by the horrible demon monster that I stabbed. So in a challenging intuition.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Okay. You get a split-second flashing image alongside a very uncomfortable sort of screech that makes your kind of neck wrench to one side reflexively. And this image is of this creepy-looking noble whose head is currently kind of like mostly hooded, looking down at the floor. And for this split second, you see him as this twisted, mangled, flesh-like concoction before he's back in front of you, looking like a purple-themed, well-dressed noble.
Yeah, no, I've got to roll this because I don't know how he would. Let's hope that those cool checks don't fail me now. That failed me. I actually take a visible step back from him and just I'm stuck, kind of gobsmacked, staring at him like I'm trying to process what I saw.
Okay.
And he's just standing there being normal, but I'm probably staring at him an uncomfortably long time for someone of a much lower social status.
Okay. Okay. T, did you join the group or were you waiting at the tavern?
I did, yeah, no, I did join them. I just sort of potted along behind the rest.
Okay. I
Not
was
quite
like,
sure what we're doing here.
difficult to get a view from where you are. You're mostly kind of looking at your newfound friends' reactions.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so I was just looking around to see what they were seeing.
Okay.
And trying to make a light of the situation.
I'll ask you
Not
for an
sure
average
so.
perception, please.
Okie doke. I've just now realised that there is a difficulty, which is quite fun.
That's all right.
I wasn't doing that before.
It's all right. Oh, let's turn this down just a smidge. There we go. Your intuition says to you that your friend is being a little bit sus, and your little halfling instincts that are slightly more paranoid than most say, get him out of here.
Right, so I'm gonna... I assume I can see Lanfried from where I am, so I'm gonna sort of walk up to him and sort of tug at the arm. So, Lanfried, are you alright, lad? You look a bit worse for wear there.
I'll look down at him. Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of questions.
Alright, well, should we go do that somewhere else? Because you seem to be staring at him for an awful long time. I think he's going to clock you.
I turn around immediately and start walking away as I realize that perhaps staring at the horrible flesh monster might get me the attention of the horrible flesh monster. Thank you, midget.
You're quite welcome.
Yeah, he doesn't say any of that, but you still say you're quite welcome.
I knew exactly what you meant.
His facial expressions betrayed his thoughts.
Much like his ancestors, he doesn't actually say all that much. Almost all of it is body language.
Okay. So meanwhile, back at the tavern, we have Friedrich.
No, I was with the...
We have Ulbrich. Playing it safe. What are you up to while the group are off exploring?
Well, first thing first, I would like to clean my flail, because I don't think that I got around that last evening.
A wise decision. You spend a little bit of time. Any prayers involved in cleaning of said implements?
No, that comes later.
Okay. Well, for now, you polish your flail and scrub it up good. There's enough liquor around that is of a watery nature that seems more suitable for cleaning than for drinking, so it is easy done.
And after that, I would like to search this establishment I happen to be in.
Okay. I'll ask you for are you just giving it like a thorough top to bottom?
Yeah. I'm not going to, tap the walls to see if there are any hidden compartments. I just more of a surface-like search.
Okay.
Like what's in the rooms? Are there any glimpses that I can establish if this establishment is in use or something like that?
A very good question. I'll ask you for... You can take your time. An average perception. Some things will be free, but you probably have half an hour, so I'll make the difficulty a little easier, or you could just roll really well.
Good gracious! So,
with various maths equation memes kind of poking up in the air, your attention first goes over to this drawing board where there are numerous names that are written. There are numerous pictures, colours, and a few scribbly notes. You can deduce that this has been contributed to by a number of different people, and probably over a fairly long period of time. Just looking at the paper seems to some of them are clean, some of them are dirty. This wasn't all put up at the same time. This has kind of been an ongoing project for multiple people at least.
Do I recognize any names on that list? As in, from town, I know only, basically I know the names of the group I'm in right now, not any other. And I don't think that I remember at all the name of the ally.
Yeah. So there's no names that kind of make familiar to you as people you know or have met. Some of the work is initialed, and those are none of them immediately ring a bell. Most of the names you see seem to be that of nobles. There are 9 names in total, and each of them have different pictures attached to them, as well as a sort of scribbled writing. Some of them are just kind of notes, questions, sort of what were they doing here. There's a lot of information and quite a bit to sift through, and it's difficult to know where to start. But what I'll assume for now is that you've got quite a lot of this now implanted in your head, so that these things will be familiar to you if you come across them. One of them does mention a noble in particular, Mr. von Rutt, who had been spotted within the sewers, and says the word cheese next to him with a question mark. This rings true for the story you heard from your colleagues. And there is another question by him saying, who is he making a deal with? there's one other that kind of strikes you as of interest, as it's regarding the dwarven mines. And there are lots of scribbled words. It says Oathbreakers, debt, coal, question mark, another question of why is it closed, and another says convince Bocky, but the surname actually of Bocky is familiar. It's not the engineer that you'd met here in the past, but it's the same surname, perhaps a relative of his. That's probably the most notable to you.
All right.
Now, I'll say that probably takes up a good portion of the time. Otherwise, you do find one loose floorboard and a small stash of bedding that had been laid within here. A sleeping roll, two of them in fact. One of them quite kind of dirty and tatty, and the other one immaculate and a very elegant look to it, with an intricate woven pattern that kind of, like, it just looks elven. Like the curves, the poshness of it, it just makes you think, ugh, elves.
Ikea.
Disgusting. And on that disgusting note, we're going to take a 5-minute bio. We're going to have 2 smaller breaks today, and then we will continue. So, see you all in 5 minutes, and Tarnanel, thank you very much for the donation, my friend. You are a hero. All right. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome back, folks. Here we are again. I believe you all headed back to the rat hole after this little adventure. So, Albrecht has been rather busy in your absence, and the other two have disappeared for the day off to snoop around other parts of town. They said they would inform you later as to what they find. So, you all reconvene again, gentlemen?
You must likely find Albrecht standing and shuffling through the notes, consumed by the, studying them.
I mean, they don't know it was us, right? I mean, how would they?
I'm gonna just wander over and look at the. I assume he's kind of drawn into the conspiracy cork board he's got running up this wall here.
It certainly seems so.
Does there anything that stands out to me as I walk up to it to take a look at what he's looking at? Because my mind is now consumed with finding the people that set me up for a murder. I'm a little bit irritated about this.
There...
When he set up, you murdered someone in self-defense.
Yeah, was the name of the noble who owns that public house mentioned among those papers?
Yeah.
Someone who owns the tavern that you went to.
What was his name, the nobleman? Because they said his name.
The sexpen noble, Lieberman von Steffwitz. There is a noble that's kind of coloured in partially purple. It's got a picture of a dick on it. Like someone's graffitied a penis over afterwards, like somewhat childishly. The penis is signed. It's signed Rex.
I could see that.
And in that same handwriting as the penis, like you can kind of see them not fitting the rest of the image. It kind of says sex ?
Indeed, a very questionable thing.
What do you make of that funny board?
Well, you know what, I can't really tell because there is a lot of things going on here, and we clearly stumbled yesterday upon some part of it.
Is it the same handwriting as the person who wrote our letters?
Very good question.
I'll pull up my note and start to compare it against.
Yeah, you have a look.
Paperwork.
There are a couple, as you're kind of flicking through the papers, there are a few instances where you do see handwriting that's similar, as in like perfect print, and it's always crossing out what someone else has said and giving them a spelling correction. But there's not much else that's contributed.
No, that person has been here, but what were your reasons other than that to come to town?
Well, with my letter, I've been given this item, and he'll point at his lantern, and it belonged to my relative. So I figured, since he's probably the only one I have at this moment, I can, find out what he's up to, or even if he's alive. So that's my reasoning for coming here. And I figure that with information that's been unveiled recently, I don't have high hopes to finding him in well-being.
We can try to find my uncle, because I came here looking for him, and I was also sent this pendant, but he should be the proprietor of the lodge. And I don't know about you, but I'm quite hungry, and there's not really anything to eat here. So maybe if we can find it, he might be able to help us.
I give him a nod and stand up and kind of brush off my coat a little bit.
If anything, he can tell us about this town and give us some food, probably.
I mean, you could help me. I'm here to find the local physician, actually.
Oh, well.
Maybe you can tell me where he is.
Yeah, probably. I hope so. It's been a long time since I've seen him, so. And I'm not familiar here as well, but I think it should be a well-known place. Hunting lodge in a town like this.
Yeah. I mean, we could ask around, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's as good as any place to start.
And what about you, Master T?
Well, I know I'm quite hungry, so I'm down for anything as long as there's food involved.
Very well.
Do you have anything, Master T? Like any item or anything that was given to you?
Question.
You do.
Now I'm looking at him suspiciously.
Yeah.
You do. It's a very fine dagger.
It is. I thought as much. Yeah. I mean, I have this.
Oh, that's a fine piece of art, I'd say.
It's mine. Get your hands off it.
I didn't want to touch it. I just said that it
Instantly
looks
snatches
finely
it back.
made, but okay.
As soon as you made the remark, put it straight back, and yeah, give you a look of suspicion, but not in like a serious way, just like a I'm very suspicious about this dagger.
Oh, a dagger, yeah.
It's a nice dagger, but yeah, I'll just follow along if that's alright with you guys.
It's surely fine.
I don't have anything against it.
Alright.
Well, better start asking around about this place then.
Alright, before we leave, Albert will put everything back where he found it. Like, he'll cover the board.
Okay. So, to the hunting lodge first.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a relatively quick journey. Just same side of the river from where you are currently, and a nice 10-minute stroll. And along the way, you can overhear some gossip regarding the murder in town and the infamous detective that has been called to investigate matters.
Do we know the name of this infamous detective?
You can roll me an average gossip and see if you can find out.
Yeah, let's see what I can find out here, because the player has a suspicion as to who this might be. This would be both hilarious and terrible. Let's see here. Where is my gossip? There it is. Oh, I'm strong silent type. Average or challenging?
It is average. Apologies. My brain froze.
Thinking. Oh yeah, no, I just make people feel awkward about themselves.
Can I make a try for the...
Sure, I'll give two of you a try.
I want to know who's coming to kill me.
Okay.
I mean, this is a success, right? You said average, right?
You hear the name Selena mentioned by someone, saying the famous detective, and the others have never heard of them.
Interesting.
Okay, but yeah, we don't know. We heard the name, but no one knows, right? Yeah.
Yeah, basically no further details. Just one. You catch one lady who says the name is Selena. Selena something. Now, I'll assume that you make your way over to the Hunter's Lodge. It's a big and quite impressive building. A rather beautiful thatched roof and a lively amount of sort of fire and hearty cheer from the inside. So, tables are available, and over the other side of the room there is a familiar face to you. I'm sorry, I'm still loading up my player's name. Oh, Yoris, you're the easier one. Yes, a familiar face, as I just find the goddamn token. I'll tell you what, while the others are getting a table, I'll ask you to roleplay a second, because I can't find him.
Well, this sure seems to be like a nice place.
What was your uncle here again?
He should be the proprietor of this place.
Ah, okay.
He seems to do very well for himself then. It's been a long time since I've seen him, and sadly I have sad news for him.
Were any clothes?
Well, he left when I was young to be trained here, but I don't know how he ended up here.
Right, it takes a couple of minutes for your uncle to kind of make his way through the people that are queuing up for a pint, and it's not too long though before he clocks eyes with you, and with a spring in his step, heartily makes his way over to you. Yoris, is that you?
Oh, well, yes, it is me. It is Joris. Oh, I forgot how much you look like my dad.
Look at your muscles. Gives you like a good slap on the arm. You're huge. Ah, Ulrich would be proud.
Yes, yes. It is the blacksmithing I did.
Smithing, a good profession. I am proud. What brings you to Tahme?
I have sad news. My father, he is dead.
Oh. Like summons up a full mouthful of spit. Did he die well?
He died in the woods. Was hunting, and the wolf got him. So he's with Ulrich.
Good. Good, that is a good way to die. We're going to need to drink. Are these your friends?
Yes, apparently we traveled into town together. It's a very strange place here, I must say, Uncle. Very different from Votsenfeld, Nordland. But we were all sent here by some strange person who sent us letters. You did not send for me, did you?
Writing is for elves. Crazy people.
Yes, that is what our grandfather used to say.
Nobles and sorts, no. I cannot even write my name. I can do a squiggle that looks rather impressive, though. No, I will come back with a tankard, and we will discuss all the stories of your father. Excuse me. Heads off behind the bar and basically comes back with the biggest keg you've ever seen. Like he's got his arms all the way around it, and he's a big man and his fingers don't touch. And just kind of asks you all, or whoever sat down in the way, to kind of move it aside to put it in the middle of the table. And it's got 4 taps on it, and consider this a funeral present. In honor of your father, and hello to all your friends.
Hello to you.
Joris, your friends are skinny.
Yes, I thought it was something from the Reichland.
Please,
Also skin here.
drink before you die. You look like you're all going to die of weakness. Come on.
Let's see how good the beer is. Pretty darn good.
It goes down a little, with a little bit of extra twang that you weren't expecting. Okay. Tea, Albrecht. Definitely Friedrich. This is a little stronger than you were expecting. It's got a little bit of a malted aftertaste that you're like, oh man, that's going to give me a headache. And with the sacred number, Mr. Kant.
That should be. That's,
I don't know. I was going to say I don't know a Peckle Kant in this campaign, but he exists now. Joris's real name. Like. Maybe it's a little too familiar and you just kind of down it in one. You've got reason to. Right.
That's the spot.
So, all of you were sent a letter saying to come to town.
Yes, but not only a letter. I was also sent this. No, I've got the pendant of Ulrich. But I was sent this pendant of Tal.
I had a pendant just like that. Just like that one.
Yes. Wasn't you sent to study with Grand Uncle Yeoman?
Yeoman. He has that nostalgic look in his eyes for a second. I have not seen that big bouncy bear in... It has been a long time. Nobody has seen him.
You have not sent this to me.
He just goes behind the bar, quickly looks through a couple of drawers, and then comes back to you rather hurriedly, being like, "No, is this mine?" And looks at requests to inspect it.
Yeah, I ended it.
It is mine. Huh, I thought it was one that looked like mine. It is mine. Look, it's got the bit where I scratched on the table. I did not send this to you.
It is yours. Tal protect, so you better wear it.
Maybe Ronald is playing trick on me. I do not like Ronald. He grabs a coin out of his pocket. Ronald, if you are playing trick on me, fuck off. I'm busy. And throws it over his shoulder. Just hits someone in the head in the background.
But at least they have money.
Right. A letter. This sounds like some trick of God's. Be careful.
Yes. Also, did you hear about that murder?
Yes. A pretty one with the big boobs. I liked her. She was skillful. Delicate, but not too delicate. Strong, but delicate. Has a nostalgic look of a different type in his eyes now. Yes.
Does not sound like the Nordland women.
No. They are a quiet taste. Weak and puny, but delicate and sometimes strong. She will be missed. She was a glorious dancer and a wonderful singer. And she did have big boobies.
The noble.
Yes?
The one who owns the establishment. He seemed less put out by it than I would have thought.
Yes. He's a stoic man. Always serious. Lieberman. Yes, Lieberman von Steffwitz. He owned it for many years now. Part of the town council. He is, A generous man. He makes sure the prices they remain low.
And the coaches run on time?
Oh, yes. Very much on time.
Does he have any other establishments, or is that his only business?
Well, the brothel is the main business for his. I think he does not need too much more money. Maybe, well, he has a mansion and probably buy noble things. You know, they like to spend the money on properties and shiny things and baubles. He's always got the fancy rings and the fancy jewels and some from Araby.
I raise my glass in a toast of appreciation and go back to contemplating my inevitable doom.
Yes.
But, Uncle, we were all sent here and told to stay at, what's it called? Red SARS?
Red Home.
Red Hole.
The Red Hole is closed.
Yes. So why would we sent there? How long has it been closed? It looks like it has not been used in a long time.
It has been closed for many years now. Many years. I try to think. I do not know. I do know that some of the nobles, they wanted to buy it because it is a real estate. But somebody owns it and they will not sell. They will not sell.
Do you happen to know the name of the current owner of that establishment?
No, it is a secret.
Who would
Nobody
know
knows.
Okay.
Maybe in the town offices, maybe they know the bailiff. But for us, we guess, we tell stories. I like to think that maybe Yeoman owns it, and he left it as a souvenir of an old piece of town.
To that I drink.
Aye.
And apparently a man named Peckold also.
Say again, my ears are full of bread.
I said cheers.
Cheers! Next, another ale. Excuse me, boys. I must return to work.
Can we get something to eat? Like,
Of course.
well,
Your friends need to
nice
eat.
thing.
They are nearly dead. I will go get them a boar. This one is for your father. Remember to pay your tribute to the shrine on the way out. Make sure the Tal knows you have been here. And if you are new, remember, the woods, they are not safe anymore.
We will
because of what was the name of the thing that liked the goat?
Mary.
Mary?
Yeah.
I have heard stories of Mary. There are lots of... Mary is one problem. She is on the northeastern side of the woods. In the rest, there are goblins. Many goblins. Too many goblins. So many goblins and beasties that even the elves move into town. I think it was 10 years ago. Yes. It was 10 elves. They come to live in town. Many of them fucked off because we are racist, but they are elves. We hate them.
Who could blame you?
I know, right?
That's a natural thing.
They are disgusting.
Yes. Elves.
Basically the worst. But yes. I have not seen an elf in a while. It is... Oh, that must be good. Hey, maybe they have gone. Wonderful.
But,
Right.
We will pay our respects to Tal first.
Good. And yes, as much as you would want to, do not go hunting. I would recommend against it. It is too dangerous.
Are there any hunting parties going out?
No, not anymore. Not anymore. Not for the last couple of years. Too many goblins. Too many goblins. And we hunt rabbits in the open. It is not the way of the warriors of Dal, but for now we are waiting for help. We have requested a regiment from Boghaven to come and help some of the landsneck, the great swords. There's too much for 20 hunters.
The nobles don't have their own retinues.
Yes, they're not interested in the woods, though. They say, the woods take care of themselves. So, the nobles, they take care of what is inside the town. We are defended, so I am happy.
I mean, it's inside town where the money lies, right? That's all they care about.
Oh,
right?
yes. Right, here is your pig.
A pretty large boar that's kind of halved on the table. Top side, one side of the barrel.
It smells like Grandma's recipe.
Yes, pig and fire, and some salt. And a little bit of the magical herbs. It's good. It's good. Eat it, all of you, before you die. You look sick. Come on.
Yeah, I'm probably looking a bit pale because of my wound and everything.
You should see doctor.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good thing that you say that, because where is the doctor in this town?
He's next door.
Oh, what a coincidence. Okay.
Round the back. He's gone a little crazy. Just don't make any loud noises.
Okay, what do you know to have the name? Do you happen to know the name of the doctor?
Yes, it's Otto.
Otto, okay.
Otto Sharma, Mr. Sharma. Yes, Dr. Sharma. Otto. Everybody call him Otto.
One more thing before you go. Can you tell me if there is a graveyard here?
Yes.
And how can I get there?
Graveyard, it is top of the hill. There's also a cemetery in the middle of the other side of the river. These are beautiful.
Thank you, kind sir.
No problem. Do not speak to the knight, though, or he'll chop your arms off.
The knight?
Yes. He's one of those black knights. Yes.
Right.
He watches the garden.
At that, Alberic's eyebrows will rise a little bit. You have a black knight here.
Only the one.
Well, that's more than usually, you know.
Yes. He has been here for...
He has like this puzzled look on his head.
since I was a boy. He must be really old. Maybe he was replaced. Who knows? He looked the same in the armor. Right, I need to go back to work. Good day and happy hunting. And yours.
Talk to you later.
What?
I will talk to you later.
Yes. Come back when it is later. We will drink until the morning. And then we'll carry on drinking. Yes. All right. Goodbye.
And he gives you like this tap on the shoulder that's kind of this paternally affectionate, just like grip of your arm, being like, hang in there, and moves away.
Fine man.
I've rolled my intuition. Does this sound like what I would expect from nobles, given my knowledge of what this town used to be like from my grandfather?
You think it's a little odd that no one's really paying much attention to the woods on the doorstep. It's like a little strange. Other than that, like a noble owning a tavern and dealing in expensive goods or collecting like shiny things, there's certainly some collectors you've come across in your time, many of whom have a little bit of an obsession with Araby.
The reason that he remembers stories of that was where the whole problem happened last time when everybody ignored the woods. It's kind of like ringing in his head. It's like it's like these guys just don't learn. Thinking to himself, especially when it's like, oh yeah, we can't even go, into the woods a few meters. It's like, well, that's not good.
Well, I don't know how it is here, but back in Nordland, the woods are always unsafe. Beastmen and elves, and all kinds of bad things. So why should it be different here?
There's unsafe, and then there is neglecting one's noble duty.
Nobles. A very peasant outlook on nobles. He has.
My guy just Lanford picks up his ale and just starts drinking, choosing not to have an argument about what he believes a noble should be.
It is the Emperor's land. The Emperor should take care of it. It's by sending a regiment.
Yeah, but they are given to the nobles, so they take so that he doesn't have to take care of everything, right?
I kind of toast it. Plus, at the moment, we have 3 emperors. It's difficult to know which one should be where.
The only true emperor is, which was it, the lady who was in Nordland? Is that the
Yeah,
one?
it's what's her name? From Talabekland. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Attila. It's Empress Attila, is who it is.
The only true one is that one.
I raise my mug in a half-gestured toast, thinking that if anybody who's loyal to the emperor who rules this corner of the empire hears that, we could be in some trouble. And I start drinking.
All right, gentlemen. The meal goes down well. Many of you are hungry after yesterday's busy antics, and drugs tend to give you the sort of post-munchies. So there's plenty of protein to go around, though, and the ale is good. So feeling somewhere between full and inebriated, the day is yours. It's overcast and grim, but it's still a day.
I mean, if the doctor's right around the corner, around the house, like next door, that probably would be my next stop.
Okay.
And then we could go to the bailiff and ask for the owner of the retro, right? Because that is really an interesting thing to know.
Okay. So, round the back of here.
Wait, before we go, we must pay our respects to Tal. And he does a little prayer at the shrine and drops in some coin.
I'll do the same.
Yeah, okay. If there's the custom around here.
Albert will refrain from that.
That's understandable.
Okay.
Charles, curious, would you mind me asking what was the name of your father, so I could include it in my evening prayers?
What was the name of my father? Oh, Yomer. My father's name was Yomer.
I will pray to see that Moor will protect his soul in an afterlife.
My condolences, by the way. Was it recent death or?
2 months ago.
Oh, then my condolences.
Thank you very much.
Alright, it is a relatively short walk to the doctor's, which is literally round the back of the hunting lodge. It's like a small shed. There's a couple of people waiting outside, and you kind of hear some intermittent moans and yelps from inside. It takes about 10 minutes or so, but the queue goes down quickly, and before long it's your turn. You see some people leaving with bandages wrapped around wounds. One person went in with a bleeding thumb, came out without a thumb, but all seems to be in order.
Well, okay. That is the normal practice for bleeding thumbs, I'd say. So you better not get your thumbs bleeding, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go inside.
Good afternoon. Hello, who have we got here?
Good afternoon, Mr. Schrammer.
Schrammer, yes, that's me. Otto
Schrammer?
Yes.
Yes,
Is that?
Oh no, you don't know me. I was sent here by my instructor, Ernst Stein.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, wonderful chap. I met him in Altdorf quite some time ago. Had all sorts to say about, what was it? Fingers. Absolutely hated them, but wonderful chap.
Yeah. I was sent here by him because he was wondering how you are doing, and you wouldn't answer on any of his letters.
Oh, those things, yes.
It looks down to the floor at this pile of letters.
Yes, they're on the to-do list, but there's rather a lot to keep one busy at the moment, and there's, as you can see,
He's got this, like, strange young pig corpse on the table that he's kind of dissecting and has kind of pinned open in various parts and has some of the entrails kind of spewed out over the table.
I'm just doing a little investigation, as you can see.
What?
Oh, right. It's studying, actually. Between patients.
Looks shifty with his eyes left and right, and then kind of goes to the window, pulls to the blinds.
Right. This is strictly between us medics.
Yes.
And looks at everyone else.
And all of you, I guess. You're with him? Are they with you?
Yeah, they're with me, yes.
Good. Right. The first thing I found was this.
And opens a drawer, and there is a frog in it, but the frog has 3 legs.
You see this frog? Do you see what's wrong with it?
It has 3 legs.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty fast. Yeah.
Excellent, astute. Yes, no wonder he hired you. Yes, that's not the worst of it. I found one with 2 dicks. Awful.
A frog or?
Oh, no, a cow. It was awful.
Oh.
Yes, awful. Yes. I kept that one in the other drawer. Do you want to see?
The cow?
Pulls open the other drawer, and there's 2, like, cow dicks.
Bloody hell.
On the same cow, nevertheless. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone very wrong. Yes, many of the animals are coming all strange, all peculiar. Yes. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but nobody believes me. Despite these...
Pulls out the phallic object.
See? Nobody believes me. Think I'm just a bit odd.
How long has this been going on?
Oh, the first sign was
probably a year ago, I think. But about every month, around the time of the
Just goes and peeks out the window.
Just looking for that green moon again. Good, it's gone. All right. Yes, around that. More sleep. Ugh.
What time of year is it now? Again?
Sort of winterish. For emphasis on the ish. I've been inside for a long time. Full moon is the bad time, and I suspect on more sleep, we're going to be up to our knees in dicks.
Oh no!
Or legs, or anything for that matter. It's all awful.
What can we do?
Find out what's causing it, I suppose. And then burn it. Get a witch hunter involved.
Do we have any clues?
Yes, where was the cow, for instance?
The cow was in the field. It was one of Raya's, one of the pasture at the back from the Rhine temple. That's the one. The frog was found in the river, and I've got a bird here. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting.
He just throws it for you to catch. T, you can tell me what mutation it has.
Oh, 3 beaks and a half wing.
3 beaks and a half wing. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I've never seen anything like this. It's quite fascinating, actually.
Half a wing, halfling.
Half a wing.
Yes.
Yes.
Goes to make some notes.
Yeah, they're just shiftily moving eyes around like, agreeing with not really knowing what's going on. And then just sort of walks back up to the table and puts it down slowly and then steps back and looks back at the doctor.
He's going to give you like a little bit of a whisper, Friedrich, that's not so subtle, but
have you checked the others for mutations?
Oh, no, I haven't.
You should do that sometime.
Did you check yourself for mutations?
Twice a day.
Good.
Now,
do any of the people that come here have had a mutation recently?
He looks rather... He goes kind of silent for a moment. I'm going to ask you to roll an intuition test for me, please.
Intuition. Average, challenging, or...?
Average, please. This man's easy to read. Would normally be challenging, but this guy's not very good at hiding. Like, he's blatantly lying when he says, No, none at all. Never seen a mutation on a person. That would be strange and unfortunate.
Very unfortunate, yeah.
Yes. Witch hunters would probably want to burn them or something. But, yes, no, only animals, cows, birds, yes. So, be careful, and,
how do I put this? So, you never had anyone have a mutation here, around here? Like, even dead? Someone who was already dead? Or
oh, no, never seen, no,
Okay.
not a never, no.
Okay.
It's strange.
Do you keep... just for... Do you keep... what's notes on every patient that comes here?
What are notes?
Okay.
Like theories, yes?
Yeah. Sure.
No, I keep it all here. In case they're watching.
Who?
Anybody.
Oh yeah. I hear that a lot of people are watching.
You don't want to kick up a fuss in town, because, I've seen people
Did
watching.
you ever go outside, Otto, in the last few months?
No, it's all delivered here. Look.
Yeah.
It takes you to the window and like points through. Sure enough, there's like a little bit of a shady looking individual who kind of clocks you looking and then like steps away into an alley.
They're watching, I told you. Don't say too much of this to anyone, or they'll watch you too.
Yeah. But, yeah. I have to be You have to be careful, you're totally right.
Very careful, yes.
Are there others that are part of this
No,
that has to
no.
be careful?
No, just
Ever-
me. And you, all of you, in fact. Always you should be very careful.
Yeah, but you are not the only people you're talking to, right? Any other person we should know about in the city
No,
that is on our side, I'd say?
we have a side.
Now we do.
Yes!
You and me are companions.
Let you know.
Companions, so to say.
If you find any more mutations, I'll give you 3 silver. For
Oh,
each
this is,
mutation.
Each
Okay.
mutation per creature, or just each creature with a mutation?
The latter. Depending on the mutation, if it's really interesting, it may be a bonus. Ah, yes, that reminds me. You see this pig?
Yeah.
Turns it around on the table.
Wait, what does that have there?
He turns it around and like the pig's face looks like pretty human
Oh,
and really freaky to look at. Really freaky.
Something's wrong. See?
are you sure that's a pig?
Maybe it's a person that got turned into a pig by an evil
Let's
witch
see.
or elves.
Well, they're dead
Elves.
now anyway. But, yes. I think maybe... Oh, maybe beastmen. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we keep an eye out.
Good.
Have a good day, Otto. We'll see each other soon.
Yes. I'll see
And
you
be careful.
soon.
There's a detective coming into town.
Yes. Be careful.
You ever see any prostitute lately, Otto?
What do you mean by scene, exactly?
Having her come to you?
I've
Or
never...
you going to her?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
I can
Have a good day, Otto.
sometimes hear the whorehouse from across the road.
Oh, is it across the road?
Well, they're quite loud sometimes.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I only heard good things about it.
Yes.
Did you hear that one died last night?
Yes.
Were you last night here as well? You didn't go outside to have part of the festival?
He looks shifty again.
I was, swimming. Swimming, yes.
Okay. That is an interesting thing to say.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Being the town physician, maybe you were the one to perform the autopsy on the dead prostitute?
Oh, no, they haven't taken her to me yet. They've got an investigator involved, but nobody has sent word. Very strange. I could tell the cause of death just by smelling her, I bet. Such is my skill and repute, but no, not a word.
But is it a common practice for, town officials to ask you to ascertained how the person died?
I've assisted in some inquiries in the past, yes, and in the courts. It was a while ago, but yes. Yes, they asked me how one poor man died. Awful.
So, would you say it is uncommon for you not to be involved in examining the dead prostitute, or it is, on the other hand, common?
Double negatives confuse me! Just like squeezes his hands together and like it's like his eyes just like squint. I'd say it's strange. But everything's strange here.
I'm beginning to see that.
Yeah. So that from the start.
Yes.
So about those mutations again, it's really weird that it's only happening to animals, not to people, right?
Yes, exactly. Only to animals, never to a person ever in my life.
Never ever?
No.
You sure, Otto?
Quite sure. No, you're taking up valuable time. Patience must be here. Go forth. We are on the same side. Find them.
Yes, you're right.
Find them. Bring them to me. We will find the answers.
The people?
All of them. Nothing. Go!
Right?
Goodbye, halfwing. Of 3 beaks.
Goodbye. It was nice to meet you.
Well, he's a strange fellow. Weird that my instructors was so close with him once.
I finally let my poker face, which was impeccably held. That the cool test was just my ability to not react to anything he was saying. I finally look over to our actual doctor. Is he a model member of the profession?
To be honest, I don't know much about him. It's really weird that he does that with the animals, and nobody seems to mind because they all went in the same room that we were just in, right? Probably.
I would say that there's like a main sitting area and then like a screen. So you were greeted to the full view, something I didn't make entirely clear, but
to be honest, I don't know much about him. I only know what my instructor told me, and he did never say anything about that.
Just think it's strange that there's nobody with the mutation. I don't know where it is, like where you are from, but in our villages around where I live, there's always one person. Maybe they got an extra finger or something. But, we usually send them in the woods.
Animals first,
same.
people follow.
I mean, it's the same where I'm from, and maybe he's...
Maybe he's trying not to say something that little ears might overhear, and despite your recommendation, he doesn't know you.
Yes.
I'm actually looking at the alleyway. Did that shifty-looking person come back out of the alley as we were exiting?
no.
Right. So no sign of them?
No sign immediately, no.
I'm going to try a perception roll here.
Okay. Could have a little hunt
I'm
around.
convinced that somebody is trying to frame me for murder.
Okay.
Even though I probably committed said murder.
Slightly further down the alley, you see a shifty-looking individual. Who looks like they're just kind of waiting a little bit before.
Is he watching us, or is he just kind of generally shifty in all directions?
Now that you're outside, he's kind of pretending not to be looking anywhere, but you kind of, with your critical roll, kind of glimmer him or catch a glimpse of him going back again to look at the surgeon's office.
Okay, so he's paying attention to the surgeon more than us. We're
Yes.
just coming and going. Okay.
Yes.
I make a note of this gentleman, trying to remember his face in case we see it again. I just kind of keep walking, but I give an elbow to whoever's standing directly next to me and kind of tilt my head ever so slightly to the down the alleyway. I wonder if somebody's interested in what he might be up to. Guess we'll never know. I kind of mumble to myself as we wander on, kind of looking at the guy and make sure he doesn't. I try to make it not obvious, but
I mean, we could try to surround him, right? Maybe come from multiple sides to the alleyway.
I could definitely try and make my way around the back. From what I can tell, I'm quite stealthy. I'm small, right? I can hide pretty well.
Oh, you're still here? Yeah, I think you can hide pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I have a feeling that we have enough on our plate as of right now.
Yeah, true.
Where to next? I kind of look.
But it's still weird that someone is really watching out for him, right?
Yeah.
I find it a bit odd, but he seems an odd fellow.
I mean, he's dabbling with mutations, right? Yeah.
Now it
We
seems
want to
like
hit the... Sorry, yeah.
that's fine. It seems like a good point for our little 5-minute bio before we do our last hour. So, if you like, gentlemen, we'll grab a quick drink, a mutated fish frog, and reconvene in 5 minutes. Sigmar bless you and more protect you.
Howdy doody, ladies and gentlemen. We have our Western music. We have a group that have just come out of a doctor's, and we are ready to rock and roll. Gentlemen, what are you up to?
We are moving towards the bailiff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go see him. If he'll provide us some more info, it will be beneficial.
Okay. So this is up and over the river. You would kind of guess straight away, and it's easy to ask directions from the locals, but it's in the richer portion of town, at least toward the sort of more middle class quarters. There's effectively a town office where the bailiff and a few officials that run the town census live, as most people that enter and exit the town are recorded and all is documented there. You pass one particular individual who tells you all about the town's meticulous track record with documentation. So, not long.
I have one question. Can I, while we are making our way over there, see if we are being followed or shadowed or shifty dudes?
Good question. I'll ask you for a challenging perception, please. Okay. And all seems clear. All seems clear.
Too much impressions anyway here.
Well, yeah, I don't notice nothing.
Yeah. Pretty safe.
Do you want me to have a look?
I mean, can if you'd like, if you think to, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just load up an alternate town picture. There we go. Just to give us something different to oogle at for a little bit. Right, there we go. So, a little bit of a walk, and you're at the offices, and you're welcomed in by a porter, fairly stern-looking man with particularly strong eyebrows. Gentlemen, how may I help?
Greetings.
Look over at whoever suggested to come here.
We are wondering if one establishment in the town is for sale, and who we might contact about that.
That would be me. Take a seat.
All right.
I pull out the seat for the doctor, acting ever the part of the dutiful servant.
Thank you.
I give him a bow, or courtly, what would I call it? Gesture.
Okay. Comes back in a couple of moments with some paperwork, and looks towards. It looks towards Lanfried. I assume you'll be making the purchase. On behalf of...
Our patron does like to be, well, more private about his name and affairs, if it's alright with you, for the time being.
Roll a D100, please, for a charm. And, okay. So he rolled a 97, so...
Whoa.
Honestly, couldn't care less. Just want to quit my job and run away to the hills. Now, which property are you looking to buy?
The retro, sir.
He gives like a little bit of a raised eyebrow on one side. He just kind of ponders for a bit, looks at the paperwork, looks at you, looks back at the paperwork, looks back at you. I'm afraid we haven't seen the owner in some months.
Oh.
Who is the owner then?
His face like snarls up a little bit.
It's an elf.
And he sort of like shudders as if like someone's just stepped on his grave.
It is peculiar.
It's got a signature, but it's offensive to the eyes.
Still, may I take a look, please?
Sure.
You know what we do with elf property? Because they tend to stay away for a very long time. We just take it. I mean, they don't care.
My thoughts exactly. Unfortunately, another year must pass for the amount of money he paid in advance.
When? Like, for what did he pay the amount in advance, if you don't mind?
The money was... The property's contract has been secured for a further 25 years.
Oh, so it's not his... Oh, it's a lease, more likely.
Leasehold, yes.
Ah, okay.
You never really own anything in this world.
Sadly. Yeah.
He looks like a depressed man as he says that.
Now, if you can find this man, and here's his signature.
His signature's about 3 lines long.
Does it, the handwriting, does it look familiar?
Yes. It is very, very neat.
Almost like it was, say, crossing out bad spelling and correcting it.
Indeed. It's offensively posh. Yes.
Does he have like a... It's just that whole thing is his name, I assume. I'm just looking at a block of text.
Yeah. it's about 35 names. It's and various titles. As well as kind of like a little bit of his life story.
Whispered Lord of the Autumn Oak Leaf.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Within there, you can surmise that he was once... oh no, wait. It's written in Elvish.
Yeah, I don't know if we can read any of this.
Yeah.
Repulsive. My eyes hurt just by looking at it, but thank you, sir.
I know, disgusting. In 25 years, I'll give you a discount. Oh, if you find out he's dead, there's a bigger discount.
And he said he was going into the woods. Any thing more that is known about him?
No mention of where he was going, only that he paid in advance.
How very elvish.
Yes.
Is there any name we can discern?
If you can find somebody who speaks Elvish, sure. If you'd like, I can scribe you a copy of his name.
That would be very forthcoming from you, thank you.
My services for doing so will be 3 silver.
I mean...
Wonder if any of you guys are good at negotiating, because I'm definitely not.
I could give it a try.
Haggling.
But 3 silver, you say?
Yes.
What about we make it 2?
Points to like a little sign that says no negotiating. Prices are final. No, it just says no haggling, actually.
But you said we would get a discount.
If he is dead, yes.
I mean, he's an elf going into the woods, right?
I don't.
We can only hope.
I'm not certain he was going to the woods. You may have misheard me. I'm afraid he just simply disappeared to wherever he has gone. I do not know where. Hopefully he is dead, however.
Yeah, one can only hope. But maybe we can clear that he's really dead if we... with the transcript.
3 silver. Or trying to memorize this.
I mean, I have... okay, I'm gonna... How fast is it gonna be?
1 hour for elvish handwriting.
I suppose you don't have to memorize everything. Just a couple last words of that endless signature.
Sure. Here's a free sample. Does like a small squiggle.
I mean, we could pay him, mate. Should we?
I'll jump onto the desk, so I'm eye level with him.
You are standing on my table.
Yes. Aye, that I am, sir. Let me make you a deal. If I can make you smile with 1 song, how about we call it 2 silver? You look like you're dull. A little bit down in the dumps.
I hate happiness. Go
How
on.
about a sad song? Would you like that challenging?
Yeah, make me a challenging song to try and make him smile. Okay. You get like just a little like twitch of his.
See, now that's so much better. I tell you what, 2 silver, and the next time you're at the tavern, I'll get you a drink too.
I hate happiness, but sure.
Yeah, you want me to roll for it?
No, he offers it for two silver.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay them. Good.
I will be 1 hour.
Another thing that I wanted to ask. The murder of the young woman in the town.
Yes.
There's this rumor in town that there's an investigator coming from outside. Do you happen to know who hired that person?
I believe the investigator is being taken care of by Lieberman. He has sourced his own security.
Ah, okay.
I fall off the table, trying to get down.
So no one of the official part of town is involved in the matter?
No. Now, excuse me, I have to write annoying handwriting for a race that I despise.
Yeah. Excuse us. As well. Goodbye.
Good day.
See you in 1 hour. Approximately.
Okay. Gentlemen, you have an hour to kill.
I suppose we can pay a visit to dwarves.
Alright.
So, actually, on our way out, Albert will turn around and ask the bailiff one more question. Sir, maybe, well, are there such things as a dwarven quarters here? Oh.
They're all in the mines. All of them.
Would you be so kind to point where we can find them?
Sure. Step outside, look at the mountain, walk toward it.
Most appreciated. Thank you.
I didn't realize there was a mountain near the city. Is it?
Yeah, it's a bit generous to call it a mountain. It's like a very big hill.
Ah, okay.
But to the southerners here, it probably would qualify.
What business do you have with the dwarves?
Well, on that desk with notes, I happened to spot a familiar last name. Yes, I recall that there was a dwarf with a similar last name who were close to my grandfather, so I suppose I can ask about. Maybe he knows something.
Don't dwarves also live for ages?
I think their lifespan is a bit longer than the human, so maybe there is a chance that I will meet the same dwarf that was accompanying my grandfather, and he'll reveal some of my family past. Or maybe not, I don't know.
It's worth a try, you're totally right.
Your grandfather left you that hammer, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that the lantern was made by dwarves, and that's actually all I know about it. So...
Okay. Well, let's find the mines.
Alright. You have to kind of skirt around the noble quarters in order to head toward the mountain. There's mostly gated communities here and a few guards standing. There's clearly a filtration process. Anyone that's ragtag is just simply frowned upon by guards that goes near. It's pretty obvious that only those that live within the quarters and can afford to live there are welcome. And thus you have a slightly longer route around to make it to the base of the mountain, where you come to a stone archway that leads in. There's a few dwarfs outside making a little bit of merrymaking.
Albert will lead and approach to them, keeping his lantern so that one could be seen. Hello, folks.
Hello. That'll do.
I was wondering if you can find an old family friend of mine. He goes by the last name of Fusgrog.
Is that Edum Fusgrog or Bucky Fusgrog?
Edum.
Edum. Aye. 15th door on the left.
Thank you very much.
Mighty obliged. Mind your head.
Aye.
As you're faced with the mines, there's like convenient bars. Anyone that's like pushing above 5'5" would definitely hit their head on. Like, it's just made at that awkward height. It's like, yeah, we don't really care about accommodating for humans all that much. And it's a relatively short walk of about a couple 100 meters. Lanterns illuminate the way, and eventually there is a sound of small bangs coming from within a room. Quite small, but like pops. Maybe someone's like hitting rocks, or small black powder discharges. It's kind of hard to tell.
You know what? If there is even a door, Alberic won't be bothering by knocking in it. He'll just straight up open it and barge inside.
Okay. You barge inside, others following, and a chirpy-looking dwarf with a face half covered in dirt. More of a younger-looking dwarf, fairly sort of fresh-faced and short beard. Looks you square in the eye. Is that who I think it is?
Aye, but that depends on who you think it is.
Not many ungi got a bottle to bust down my door. Oh, well, ain't it a pleasure?
You look exactly how I remember you from my childhood.
Yes. Beard's coming along nicely. Oh, look, you've brought friends.
Aye, and he'll introduce them. And meet the Edom Husgrog, old accomplice of my grandfather.
That's right. Call me Dom. That's fine. That's fine. Pleasure.
I give a dwarven portly bow.
Noted.
I mean, you probably bowed all the time because you can stand upright.
True.
Yeah, like you're a little bit like head cocked to one side.
I'm fairly short. I think my head is scraping the ceiling, but I think I can stand up.
Now, what brings you to this sunny part of the world and this rather curious mine shaft?
Albert will ruffle about in his tattered robes and produce his lantern. This, actually. It's a bit of a weird story, but I was sent for by a letter that was accompanied by this particular lantern. You might recognize it, I think.
Yes, I remember doing the embroidery on that myself. Let's have a look. Do you mind?
Of course. And he gives the lantern.
That is absolutely beautiful. I made this when I was just a little sprog. That was one of my first creations on the way into the crafting guild. God. I haven't seen this in ages.
Me neither, actually. As I recall, it belonged to my grandfather somehow, but I don't know where he's about. I don't think I ever heard from him for the last 10 years or so.
Your grandfather was, Matthias?
Yes, the witch hunter.
Old geezer now. Old geezer.
Hard to kill, as I think he used to tell everybody about himself.
Bocky told me about him. I've heard a fair few stories about him. Quite the youngie. I reckon he could be half dwarf.
Yeah, considering how short he was.
Short, stubborn, hard to kill, stubborn, and good at killing things. Right, yeah, I haven't seen him in... Hey, come to think of it, he was here about 3 months ago, and he was knocking about with some old friends, or like an old timers group, but
I haven't seen them in a couple months.
Huh. So he is probably alive. And still kicking.
Just about.
Well, if you've seen him, how is he? Is he healthy?
He was old. His knees were giving him trouble. I think he walked with a stick now. But for an ungie that were pushing on in his, well, his late 60s, I suppose, maybe more, he seemed to be doing all right. Although, he did seem a bit bothered when I saw him last. Can't tell you why, I wouldn't talk about it.
So yeah, I suppose you don't know about his plans?
No, can't say that I do. Bocky might know, though. They were close. They go way back.
Well, maybe then you can point me in a direction, because I do think that my grandfather is the only living relative of mine as of now, so I would like to catch up with him a little bit.
Sure. I'll let you crack on. I've got to get this black powder charge ready for another coal expedition. His like eyes kind of glaze over a little bit. I'm so sick of coal.
I thought there was silver.
His face like snarls and he looks a little frustrated. There is.
I nod. Difficulties.
Politics.
Worse.
No.
I say with a flat expression.
Like picking up on that kind of vibe that you're giving off. Maybe you can help us. We got a bit of a spot of bother here in the mines. He goes to his door and like pushes it to, and kind of leans a stool up against it just to like provide a little bit of assurance. Right. Whispers only. Have a chat with Bocky. But the dwarfs have been sworn via oath to mine this coal mine until it's empty. And if you ask me, that's going to take the best part of a 200-year trek because there's so much bloody coal. Now, the thing is they were tricked into it. Oh, they were tricked. But they cannot go back on their oath. They have a formal contract written.
And besides, it doesn't sound like a dwarven thing to do.
No, it's not honourable. There's silver in there, but guess what? The silver mine's closed.
But why?
It's not safe. He pulls this like, I'm really not amused look. It's not safe. Can you imagine a dwarf being told that something's not safe?
Not really.
I'm not impressed, but I am not allowed to do naught about it. I've said to that bloody noble 9 times, I've said, you let my ungie go out of this contract, and you let them mind what they're supposed to.
Noble? Does he have a name?
Oh, yes he does. Oh, yes he does indeed. Let me have a look. I can't see it, so I'll write it, because it pisses me off. Oh, it pisses me off when I see it. I don't want to lose my temper. Nearly there. I'm finding notes. Curlas. Writes on a piece of paper. It reads Curlas Heiger von Wolpschneiger. Or Wolbsteiner. Sorry for butchering your German language.
Making a mental check with the drawing board. Well, the info from the drawing board in a rat hole. Does that name sound familiar? Is it mentioned among those notes?
Yes. His piece of string led over to the Von Rat piece of string. And the two of them were like connected somehow. This guy had like questions as to why the mines were closed. Had like Oathbreaker, Liar, lots of questions being asked of what he's up to. Another one, probably the most notable, that also rings in your head, is what's in the mine? That's him, all right. A real wazzock.
I'm gonna roll my. Are these nobles known to me? Or my lower right one. Like, I'm trying to figure out, because I know I got to see the crazy board.
Yep.
Would it be a challenging or hard?
Average.
Average. So I could see this actually being hard because it's very localized.
It's quite localized, but due to an oddity and you seeing all of these names on the board as well and kind of putting two and two together, this is a group of nobles that were assigned to be councillors of Tahme, effectively. So they are the current ruling class as a group of 9 of them. A couple are not strictly nobility, they're more like merchants, but they're kind of well off enough that they're treated as nobility. Yes, it's one of the few more democratic-ish council-run towns, at least. I don't like that wazzock. Don't like him at all. Only, I mean this with respect, but only an ungie, well, maybe an elf, them only they would be so sneaky as to trick a dwarf into making an oath and signing a bloody contract to mine coal of all things.
How did he do it? I'll lean back, because I'm thinking of all of the various noble dealings I've seen in my time, and I feel like the trick is how he tricked him, which I'm trying to kind of figure out.
You'll have to ask Bucky. He won't tell me about it.
I nod.
It were Bucky who signed the contract.
By the way, speaking of the unsafe mines, I do recall that my grandfather was telling me a story about his misadventures in these particular mines, and those did not strike me as a, well, safe, you know.
We're dwarves.
Adventure.
They've never been safe, and they never will be until we've mined all of them. So, I think it's ridiculous. If they're not safe, then let us down there and let us clear it out. We got plenty of axes. Goblins, spiders. We got black powder. Apparently, too dangerous.
Dangerous to whom?
Oh, I don't know. But let me tell you, in my little book of grudges, oh, this is a big grudge.
Understandable.
But even if it's closed, do you still have access to that shaft?
I can show you where it is, but it's kept under guard.
But did it say that you cannot go into it, or that no one can go into it?
Nobody. I mean, I could maybe try and help you sneak through. I like a bit of mischief.
Pulls that smile that's kind of similar to what you could see on the picture.
Well, I suppose it will come to that later, but we do need to talk to Bulky before that.
Okay. He just scratches his beard for a moment.
I could use a bomb. Oh, that would be a great distraction.
Oh?
A bomb? Yeah, I've been working on some. This is a celebratory bomb. It don't blow anything up, but it makes pretty colours and stuff. It's mainly for practical jokes. I like to throw them behind people. Mainly Ungi, and I've done it to an elf once. Oh, it was brilliant. He shot about 3 feet up in the air, clung on to a lamppost.
Do you make those for sale? Because I think we might need one of those. Because there is an elf on the horizon.
I don't know about bombs.
Well, these are perfectly safe, just don't set them off in your trousers. Suppose you could get a bit of shrapnel in your eye. Best to stand back a little bit. Maybe I should not make them out of metal cases. Here's an idea for the next one. Sure. I can... If you tell me I give you a bomb for free, if you tell me, if you make an oath to tell me what's in that mine.
I swear, if I learn, I will provide you with that information.
And you got to do everything you can to find it.
Well, I already made my swear, so, you know.
Deal.
Like, slaps hands with you to shake.
I like Ungi. They're a lot more creative. Now, let me get a bomb.
Pulls a big grin and gives you this, like, apple-sized... It's kind of wrapped in a thick cloth that's maybe covered in, like, a tar. And who knows what's inside, but there's a piece of string leading out from it that's probably about 6 inches long.
Light the end of the string with a match. And don't hold it in your hand when it goes. It'll still take your finger off.
Oh dear. But much appreciated, and Albert will pocket it inside his tattered robes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, I can't wait to find out. I bet there's gold. Or diamonds. I better hope there's diamonds. Bring one back if you find one. Give me a big one.
Most certainly.
Wonderful. Sorry, little fella, I didn't see you here.
Just waves over to you, T.
That's quite alright. I was just having a look at your wares. I'm wondering how you'd go about making one of these bombs, as you say.
black powder and spices, mostly. And a little bit of creativity.
Oh, you dastardly bastard.
Well, at least 2 of us fit in this tunnel. Now, you look after all the humans. You make sure that these kind little hungry don't get lost. And we'll get an ale sometime.
Absolutely perfect.
He could almost pass for like a stocky, hairy halfling. He's kind of a lot more slender than all of the other dwarfs that you've passed en route. A youngster relative to the rest of them. All right. Have a good evening, folks.
You too.
Give him a tip of the hat.
Good luck.
Thank you. It was nice to see you.
Indeed. I look forward to things blowing up. Shoos you out the door, closes it behind you, and you can hear him like let out like a little giddy bit of excitement as he gets back to work.
Did he tell us where this mine was or not?
Sure. He gave you some approximate directions.
I kind of look at them. I don't have appropriate equipment to go for a jaunt in a mine. In fact, I'm not sure I have enough appropriate equipment to go for a jaunt at a brothel around here. I look down at my knife, contemplate the last 48 hours.
Yeah, I also not too keen on going into the mine straight away, but we still have a bit of talking before us.
Perhaps it's time I see my uncle. And I've been pondering this. I'm not sure where he is in the town, because he was working in the office that was the same office that the bailiff had been, but he clearly isn't doing that anymore. He's probably retired. I actually don't know where he's located.
You'd have an educated guess in your mind, given the geographics and how the town looks, but
I mean, we still do need to retrieve that copy of an elven signature from the bailiff, and we may ask if he knows about his predecessor and whereabouts.
I nod. I ponder this. Does anyone else have any acquaintances they need to catch up with? I'll look around.
I don't think so. I can't really remember where I came from.
It is so strange.
Aye. I'm sure I'll remember eventually.
Maybe someone will recognize you. Go about town. You never know.
Possibly, aye.
Yes, it's perfectly normal for people to have amnesia and float down a river in a barrel. That's just something that happens. I don't find this suspicious at all.
Oh, that's just perfect.
So I think I make an affirmative nod, like this is the most normal thing and that I've seen all day, because it probably is. And
yep.
And I attempt to find my uncle's house.
Okay. You go for a walk. And the rest of you following suit, or?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. It's a little bit of a lively stroll. It's right. You ask for some directions once you get to like the upper middle class quarter. You have like a little. Your nose has a little bit of an idea as to whereabouts, like financially, he would fit in. So it's kind of like right on the edge of the noble district.
And if I find a token for him, where are you? Wunderbar. Let me just load up a slightly nicer map. We'll go for a nice dark town look. Okay. Oh, there we go. Right. So eventually, you find the house in question and a knock on the door. It takes a few moments until a fairly old, frail voice coming from the other side. Yes, I'm coming, come on. I am old.
I start laughing to myself.
Excellent. That's what we need in our lives. Opening the door is... Oof, let me just deal with that whistling noise. That song needs to be deleted, whatever it is. I'll sort that.
Oh, but no. I grab him.
Is that to you?
There's a lot of muttering in
Mama
much more
Tia,
animated, much more animated Chilean cheek kissing and lots of all. This is a abrupt break in his personality as he suddenly starts acting like a Chilean who hasn't seen a family member in a long time.
These are your friends?
Yes, companions of convenience.
Magnifico. Come here. It goes to basically kiss each of you on the cheek 3 times. It's quite a slow ordeal getting through 5 of you. When it comes to the halfling, too shorto. It looks to Yoris. Can you lift him, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Holds the halfling by the face. Mwah! Mwah! Magnifico. Oh, welcome. Please, come in. Rest, eat, drink.
So I proceed to. I'm going to be speaking in Chilean for this because I trust these guys a little bit, but I've only known them a little bit, and they debated throwing the animal to the giant death spider. So I don't know.
I mean, it was the right choice.
I mean, it was the right choice. You're not the person I'm skeptical of. But anyway, but I kind of I started asking him how things have been in the town, and more importantly, I kind of I fill him in with vague details, and I mention that I might have been around and heard a ruckus at the brothel last night, and what the hell is the town coming to, and a very long rambling. Much hands are waved in the talking and telling of this story. I lapse in and out of Chilean with sensitivity to, how much I want them to know what I'm telling you.
Sure. Okay. So he shouts for his someone in the back room to start preparing some food. Shouts in Chilean and sounds very angry, but has a smile on his face. Some minutes pass before a frailish looking servant, you might assume, comes out with cheeses, wine, some strange looking grilled vegetables, quite an assortment. In the meantime, he explains to you that he's very unhappy with how the town is at the moment. So unhappy, in fact, that he left his post as one of the servants and staff for one or two of the town councillors.
He goes on to explain that he misses the old days where you had good, old-fashioned, greedy, lazy nobles, because these new ones are always giving money to charity and being nice to everyone and trying to make the town better, and he doesn't trust them. He doesn't trust them. He thinks they're corrupt to the core, and he doesn't trust them as far as he can throw them, because no one would do anything that nice for anyone unless they were from Tilia.
Yeah, clearly. These people, I mean, you know, he has been to Nuln. I'm going to ask him, and this I'll ask in Riechspiel. I ask him, Uggle, have any of the people from the old days been poking around? Someone mentioned to me they'd seen someone that sounded an awful lot like the stories you used to tell.
See, I saw some of the old group, the old boys. They were here 2 months ago. They were investigating.
I take out the letter that I was given. I unfold it, and I put the shaving kit on top of it and pass it to him. So then, perhaps you did not send me this.
He shouts at his servant, like, "What's this doing here? Where did it go? What happened to this?" The two of them argue heatedly back and forth for about 30 seconds.
It appears it was stolen. She did not tell me though. Bitch!
I give her a kind of apologetic look. Well, then I return it to you.
Thank you.
But the letter, I say. And I know darn well he can read.
See.
Who sent it?
My handwriting is exquisite. Rather annoyingly so. There's too many circles and he looks like an elf.
I also spit in like synchronization. The good Talayan spit of elf contempt.
He looks around at your friends.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, elf? Oh, I thought you said shelf.
Good. Disgusting. There used to be some in the town. They have disappeared. Good. Hopefully they are dead.
I was told the rat hole. Lord Sighard's old, what did you call it? Disgrace, I believe.
Yes.
Someone told me an elf owns it. Which elf is this? I have marked confusion on my face.
He has confusion on his face.
The only elf with any money was something. Radim, Radron, Radim. Some elvish name. Stupid.
Radrian. I lean back. The one from the stories, the one that was always lecturing everyone.
Probably.
I think my great-grandfather told me about him when I was a kid. There was an elf he hated really, really bad.
Yes.
The war or something.
Yes. Disgusting. He was disgusting, yes. An elf. Woof. 2 months ago, I saw Santiago. He is old. Poof. So old. I saw Rex. He too is old. He's a bald.
He's alive?
He's a bald. More like The Walking Dead.
I look at him with a very serious expression.
He's maybe got a year left before more comes for him. The old boys, they have a long life. Must have been all of the... Oh, must have been the food. Well, I don't know. But there were some others. They asked you the questions about the town council. And then poof, they disappeared.
Did they go anywhere?
I said a poof. Poof.
I lean back. They ask about the council and they poof.
I know. I don't know what is the English word? Yeah.
I look at him and I ponder this for a moment. Uncle, they tell me that the silver mine is closed.
Yes, silver.
Why?
I do not know. But I suspect, though.
I'm trying to remember if he was the one that was with them when they went down into the... I think he was. Does he look evasive about that, or is he kind of...
Not particularly.
Yeah, he's seen some stuff.
My mines are deep. They go to the middle of the world. The question is, what is down there? I suspect it is the devil. A demon. But maybe it is goblins or spiders. Maybe it is a smuggling operation. Who knows? Or
What can you tell me of the man in purple, Uncle? This I say in Chilean.
Yes. Leibowitz. Yeah. Lieberman. Yes, I did not work for him. I work for Mr. Von Rad, but Lieberman was his friend. The two of them were good friends. And, he makes sure he goes in the business. They are pretty, they are young, and he makes sure they are cheap. And he has a lot of money. He trade with people from Araby, yes. But people in the town, they are happy. The girls, they are pretty. The girls, they are happy. Some can sing, some can dance.
You know, if everyone was so happy, what happened to the girl, I wonder?
Maybe she would not sleep with someone. Maybe she was with child. A cryptic love story, perhaps.
And a sad one.
Or maybe a jealous man.
Or maybe a demon. I think to myself, anyway, I kind of shake my head a little bit.
You refresh my memory. When the gentlemen come to ask me the questions, just like you do now, then they go poof and disappear. There was one arrest in the town that night. But I do not know who. A mysterious.
lean back in the chair and think this through.
What was the mysterious?
He kind of looks around at all of you, and it goes into that, like, I'm telling a spooky story sort of pose.
Is that they were not taken to the prison. They were taken to his manor. Suspicious.
Sospetto.
Sospetto, yes. See.
I'd look out the window and gesture toward where I presume the manor in question is, just to make sure I've got the right spot.
Yes, yes. I am not sure exactly which of the councilor's manors he was taken to, but he was taken to the square where they all live. Suspecto.
Tell me, Uncle, where would a young man find the right kind of accessories to go asking some questions about an old boarded up mine? And I kind of give him a grin.
Santiago killed the dragon with a dagger. So I see some of you have weapons. I say good luck.
An optimist, I grin.
But, for good measure, I will bring you a gift.
Heads off to the back room, shouts at his servant for a bit. The two of them start arguing a little more. Any conversations had here?
Interesting fellow.
I'll stuff my pockets with some cheese.
Wise.
Because we all know that ends up in a good place. Next thing you know, you'll be negotiating with the rats in the basement.
Who knows when you'll need to bribe one.
All snotlings will emerge from your pockets.
Also true.
Also has happened. He returns back with a lantern.
This is from Telia. It is awarded against demone. It has a media all over it. Look, exquisite.
I take it with reverence. Whether it is actually Blessed Holy Lantern or not, you couldn't tell me otherwise.
Excellent. It is small, but it is perfecto.
So this is like a smaller than practical lantern, but like the sort of one that he probably uses to visit the bathroom at night. Like more of a... it probably only lasts like 10 to 20 minutes or so. With the small sort of oil reservoir that it's got in it, but maybe it might push an hour if you get good quality ingredients, but not.
Remember to bring some extra oil with that.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Yeah, you have yourself a fine, small-sized Tillian lantern.
Excellent.
And he also puts into your hand a single gold crown as he goes to shake your hand.
For the road. And for anything you need.
Grazie.
I do not have much, but if you need cheap weapons, hey, you could talk to the Strigani. Maybe some of the tailors. But when we were young, we would go to the mines wearing our clothes with a dagger. Some people would die.
I nod.
That is the way of the world. Now, I must get to my bed. It's 4 in the afternoon and I need to nap.
I also nod at this. Of course, I treat this like this is the most serious thing ever. It's whether or not anybody else agrees with this.
Excellent. It is a wonderful meeting all of you.
Thank you for having us and for the fine meal.
Thank you, sir. But I have one question.
Yes.
With the old boys, the old fellows, was there also the big, old, strong man, priest of Dal?
Big, strong man, priest of Dal. I heard of the Omen, Big Bear, the king of the woods.
Yes.
We have not seen his kind in a long time. Maybe the priestesses of Araya. They would know if anybody has seen him. But I did not. He was not with this group.
Thank you very much, sir.
Excellent, excellent. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Shoos you all to the door and sees you out with several bows and several chow. Mamidia bless you, Mamidia bless you. It's a little awkward, but he eventually lets you go. And on that note, I'm going to let you guys go because we've run over a few minutes tonight. And it is time to conclude our relaxed session. Instead of getting each other killed, getting yourselves killed, we unwind. Sometimes. But you also actively didn't go chasing down too much trouble. So well done. You can all have yourself 100 experience. Huzzah! Anyone
Hooray.
looking to promote? Well, let's put the Tillian music back on. Anyone looking to promote, let me know. It's 100 XP to do so, as and when you do, and we'll make sure something in the session happens that's relevant to that. All right, and I'll say adieu to everyone in the chat. Chilled today, relaxed. Any concluding remarks from players? Things they've learned today? Things they wonder? Let's go through. I'll just pick an order. Andy, welcome to your first session.
Yeah.
A very relaxed one as well.
It was nice.
Quite chill.
It's good.
Quite chill.
Very fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
What's little T looking forward to doing?
I think finding out who he is and where he's come from. If I'm completely honest.
That'd be used to know.
Yeah,
at least
it would.
what the cure of amnesia is.
Yes, I believe that. And I don't know, he's kind of inquisitive, so I think he's just kind of happy to go along, see where everything leads.
Fair enough. Okay, a curious mind.
Yes, absolutely.
Very helpful thing to have.
Yes.
Let's move on to Ulbrich. Any closing thoughts from Ulbrich?
Well, he has some goals and things to do in the future, says. Well, he'll have to talk with another dwarf before he'll think about venturing first into the mines on his own, and also he'll learn that there is a graveyard here, so he has some duties of religious matter he'll have to attend to in the future. Also the curiosity of a black knight regarding the gardens, which is also piques his interest.
Yes, some very Moorish things to be to wet your whistle on. How does Friedrich feel about life right now?
Well, I'm a bit wondering if Otto always was this way, or if he turned into that the few months he didn't go outside apparently.
Yes.
The mutant thing is interesting. I also really want to find out what happened to the elf that owns the red hole.
Yep.
And yeah.
Lots of questions.
Yep.
Lots of questions.
I mean, the dwarven thing doesn't really, to be honest, Friedrich is not really interested in that matter, to be honest, but
yeah,
that is not really his thing. Going into deep tunnels underground.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not a place for a physician, naturally. But your services may be needed down there.
Yeah, that's true.
How about Lamfried? What's he pondering right now?
I think at this point he's more and more curious about how everything went off the rails from the stories that he was told as a child.
Yep.
And he is really getting to the point where he's deeply concerned because he knows who these people are, at least via tale, and although Chileans love a tall tale, he knows that they legitimately are not people to be messed with idly, and the fact that all of them got disappeared in basically one night is not good, because whatever did that was a serious problem. Whether a serious political problem or, after his encounter at the brothel, a serious God knows what problem. He's pretty much convinced that everyone running this town is evil at this point.
A wise assumption. And Joris, how's Joris coping with all of this?
Well, he's adapting to being in what he considers a big city. And but the last thing that the old Santiago said was, when he asked about Yeoman, was king of the woods.
Yes,
I think he said.
Yeah.
And the priestess of Raya might know more about him, and that king of the woods thing really resonated with him, because when he, was a kid of 6 years old, there was always these stories. And indeed, his great uncle was there, the bear of a man, and he always told stories of how he saved Tom by turning into a bear and stuff like that. So he knows a bit about the other people, but they were not his focus. So he's delighted to hear that at least Yeoman is acknowledged as king of the woods.
Yep.
And he's eager to go to these Raya folk.
Absolutely. There is lots to do, and lots of questions to ask, and lots of things to look into. So, good luck to you as players, because this is a little sandboxy chaotic. There are lots of rabbit holes and furrows to. There's a whole warren to explore, and.
You can already see stuff fitting in somewhere somehow. So it's cool. Yeah,
it's kind of like you can see hopefully a few bits that just feel like they might piece together with a little bit more poking. And you guys are doing well to ask all the right questions in all the right places, so you'll get there. And if not, you'll just get killed. Good luck.
We'll get there.
You'll get somewhere.
All right. Somewhere we get there.
Well done, group. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, and we'll be back again next week with the other group, who will be elsewhere in town doing other things during the day, and well, we'll see what they get up to. Toodaloo.
Hey.
Hey. Goodbye.